We are finalizing the color choices for our manufactured home, which I'm so excited for. And as promised, I am taking you all along for the ride. Let me show you what I've got here. Also notice the fact that there is no husband to be found here because he is amazing and letting me do this all by myself because the color thing is like, that's my thing. It overwhelms him. He doesn't honestly care, so I'm taking over. Okay, so first things first, this is the customer verification list that has everything that we've chosen for our home. And anywhere where you see the word select, we have to choose a color or option for that. The things that do not have anything are just things that come standard and you don't have to choose. Also have our floor plan up here. This is like if you were looking at the house with the roof off, looking down into it. This is a sample picture that the dealership sent over to me. It's actually not what the front of our home is going to look like for sure, but we are going to have these little, what they call shakes on the front. This is an upgrade to make it look, more modern or whatever. So even though this isn't exactly what the front of our home is going to look like, they sent me this to get an idea of what the shakes look like, what the home paneling looks like, so I can choose those colors. And because I am so crazy, I wanted to really know what the front of my home is going to look like. So I just drew it out. So I took basically the floor plan and I drew it out. This is going to be like the master bedroom over here. This is the living room area. And then we have our bedrooms coming off to the side. The home is actually going to be a lot bigger. You can see I kind of like tried to emulate the little shake things up there and you get the point. And then we have our color choice sheet. Now, let me just tell you that most people are in the actual office when they're choosing colors and you get to actually put your hands on like tile samples and you have a bigger spread to see the color options. But because we're doing this remotely, we are in a different state. I have to settle for this. And it is so frustrating because none of these really give me a good idea. Like, look at the flooring, look at this. Like, what is the true difference between these two? So what I am doing is I have gone on to the Champion Homes website, and this is what the builder told me to do. And these are just all the houses that they offer at this building location. Our personal home is not on here, but we can use this to get an idea. So for example, if I click on this home, builder was actually telling me what this floor looks like. We're gonna have the same fireplace, but we're gonna have wood in the back. I can see the color of the walls in this one and compare it to that color sheet that you saw. So actually seeing the flooring and the countertops in the home on these pictures is so helpful to me than just choosing it from, this tiny little sheet here. So I'm going to show you the colors that we chose so far, and don't freak out about the exterior. It actually looks really, really pretty. So we are choosing green for the exterior of our home. So when you look at the little picture of our home that I drew, this paneling is all going to be this green color right here. And I put dark on there because it's actually slightly darker in real life than it looks on this paper. Then for this middle shake area, which is what you saw in here, if we went with gray, this is what the gray would look like, but we're actually going with wood. So this is going to be the green home with the brown wood shake. This part around the door is going to stay white, which I like that because we'll have the wood and then we'll have that contrast with the light white. The shutters are not going to be right here. They're only going to be on the sides of the home going with this brown. So it's going to be the greenhouse with the brown shutters, the white middle where the door is going to be, and then the wooden shake. Side note, my husband does prefer gray. He wanted to go with more like this look of the home, but I just feel like everybody goes with gray and I want to do something different. Then moving into the kitchen, we are going to go with the white cabinets, and then we're going with this, like, it's hard to see in the picture, but it's this grayish, whitish, marble looking countertop, the one that I circled with the check mark. This is the vinyl walls. So unfortunately, even though we are doing full sheetrock, which that's the color of the interior that we're choosing, the wet areas, so the kitchen, the utility room, and the bathrooms have to have this like vinyl type wall. So that's the pattern that we're choosing for that. We're gonna go with this color, and then I saw it online and I didn't like it, so we're going with that. The entertainment center, like you saw in that picture with the fireplace, we're choosing wood instead of white. We are going for like a more farmhouse look, right? So imagine the white cabinets with this countertop. And then we thought we wanted to go with this flooring, but again, when we saw it in the picture, we didn't actually like it. So we're going with this farmstead color, so dark wood floors, no carpet anywhere. And we are doing a metal roof, but we're going with a silver metal roof. Here's another little model that I drew out when we were trying to choose the colors. So again, just picture green exterior, brown shutters, brown wood shake here, white middle, metal silver roof. This is my husband's choice, the gray exterior, the white middle, and then black shutters. Again, I just feel like everybody does that. So I'm getting my way with the green. By the way, manufactured home companies, they have these things called 3D tours, and these are so cool. So you can actually walk through as if you were in the home yourself. I'll make this bigger so you can see what I mean. I want to show you the kitchen. So these are the countertops that we're going with. I showed you it was like that grayish, whitish marble looking top. That's what ours are going to be. And then we will have the white cabinets. This is the sink that we're getting too. So as a matter of fact, this kitchen is like pretty close to what we're choosing. Same countertops. Although they have like these aqua gray walls. And then remember I told you the wet areas had to have that vinyl wall. This is that vinyl wall that I'm talking about, which it does give that manufactured home look, if you know what I mean. But nobody's going to be really in that area, so I'm not worried about it. Here's another example of the fireplace that we're getting, except instead of this white wood, ours is going to be the dark wood. Is the kids' bathroom. It has this weird window up there. I think that's so weird, but I guess we're getting some natural light in. And then the walls, again, are that weird vinyl. And then you can see that's the countertop that we chose. But we are doing this white backsplash. So you see brown backsplash behind here. We're choosing white for that. Some other fun options that I got to choose is because we are going for like this farmhouse look, my master bathroom door is not going to be your average just push-in door. It's actually going to be a sliding brown barn door, which is one of the options that we got to choose, which is really exciting. And then the only other thing that we're going to have to choose next will be the brick skirting. So when you think of a manufactured home, the skirting that goes across the bottom, this picture does not show any skirting at all. It's just a black shadow, but typically there's like white like vinyl that looks like this on the bottom and it looks really ugly. Well, we are going to get brick skirting down there on the bottom. I showed you this in a previous video. Because we're doing the green exterior with the brown shutters and the brown wood in the middle and the white door frame, as far as the brick color underneath the home, or stucco, we might go with stucco as well. I'm thinking maybe like a brownish color to kind of go with this brown green theme. But yeah, I don't know about that. I'll let you know when we decide that.